Well, kind of found it funny that there were 2 accounts in the Vaggies Killer submission. AJ, did you kill her? What? Oh, 2 accountants. I mean, technically, I guess I did kill her. I wrote her and then killed her off. From my perspective, I think what it is, I think the reason why we got so many accountants, is because, like, accounting is just, like, a really easy, go-to job, like, go-to boring desk job that everyone knows is a boring desk job. So that is probably why we got so many accountants, but there's other, like, boring desk jobs, but no one really knows what those are or what it all entails. Accounting, in comparison to a lot of other really boring desk jobs, is extremely simple and straightforward. But, you know, I think we need more boring desk job representation. I think we need more people to go into boring desk jobs that are, like, necessary. Like, my dad is, he's a farm inspector. He does a lot of report writing, but that's just his side hustle for, like, his main job, the one that gets us the most money. I'm sorry, I forget the name. Quality engineer, that's what he is. So quality engineers are a little bit different from regular engineers, because they're like, what he does is he, like, does inspections to, like, make sure everything's up to code and whatnot. Retail work, I feel like we have enough retail work representation. Like, everybody's either worked at retail or knows somebody who's worked in retail or has seen someone who works in retail. It's pretty straightforward. But I really do, I am serious about saying that when I say that we need more like, boring desk job representation, because there are so many jobs that could make you so much money if only people that we really need people to go into that type of work. But people just, like, don't know about them, or, like, don't realize that sometimes, like, what desk jobs, like, they might actually enjoy themselves in. So I think giving more attention to those types of jobs would actually be a good thing for, like getting somebody interested in something they might not otherwise not have any interest in. Like, I didn't have any interest in accounting until I started working for my dad over the summer. I was helping him, like, transcribe his reports. He's got Parkinson's, so he can't write as well as he used to be able to. So he would actually hire me over the summer to like, write the paper versions of the documents, because he worked with a lot of Amish people, and he would also, like, have me type up some of the reports because I could type a lot faster than he could. And I found that I really enjoyed it. So that's what got me interested in taking an accounting class, just to see if it was something that I would be interested in doing for the rest of my life. And apparently it was, and here I am now, suffering. I got a little bit more depth there. Oh, it looks like the music is done. What do you guys want to listen to now? Anyone got any requests? Epic the Musical? I feel like I would get copyright claimed for that. But thank you for the suggestion. Man-eater. What's man-eater? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Man-eater. Oh, is this like a single and not like a game or anything? Because if it's a single, it's definitely copyright claimed, so we can't listen to that either. Coin-operated boy? I don't remember ever searching that up, ever. The NAP song? That's a good idea. Hmm. Let me find like FNAF Lofi because I'm certain a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's what are they called? Five Nights at Freddy's fan songs are also copyrighted. There's a surprising lack. Here's one. Wait. Go back. Oh, hang on. No, go back. I don't think I've ever listened to this before. Already starting out pretty banging. Have you listened to MatPat's Lorfy? No, I forgot to do it. Oh, we should listen to that after this. If I forget, just remind me. Yell and scream and kick down my door and punch me in the face if I forget. Really good. I imagine it probably would be. I have a lot of confidence in all of MatPat's work. He has some pretty consistent quality to everything that he does. I really miss him. I wish that he would have stayed working on at least one of his channels just as the voice. Like, I don't care if he does like any of the theorizing or writing himself. I just wish he would do the voice. Cause like ever since he left, like it feels weird to watch game theory or film theory or any of the other theory channels with him gone, because like they try to the new guys, like, no shade to them, of course, like they're doing great, but like they're using like the same words and speech patterns, and it just feels weird coming out of their mouths and with their voices. It doesn't feel genuine anymore. Like, it feels like they have a brand and they're trying really hard to stick to it. Which, you know, that's fine. But I wish they would, like, put more of, like, their own personalities into it and talk in ways that feel natural to them and not to MatPat. Because no one can do it like MatPat can. So they need to do something different. I really wish they would be their own people, run the channel their own way. You know, just try not so hard to walk in MatPat's shoes. Don't walk in MatPat's shoes. Walk in your own shoes. Cause I can't watch them now. I mean, I might tune in every now and then if it's a theory for like a show or a game that I'm really interested in. But otherwise, I don't really watch anymore. I only come back for the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. I think like this is some really important advice that every aspiring content creator needs to hear before they try to do anything, and that's to not copy the voices of other people. And by voices, I mean like cadence and rhythm and writing styles, that kind of thing. Well, maybe not writing styles so much. Writing styles, that's totally fine to copy, but like the way that somebody talks is not something that you can copy or that you can copy well, because people have this innate ability to tell when something is fake. Like, not always, especially not visually, but when it's coming like from a person, it's really easy to tell if somebody is being fake, at least most of the time. So if you're trying to copy somebody else's way of speaking, people are going to pick up on that and it's going to turn them off. So just talk normally when you're making your videos or doing your voiceover or whatever. Just talk the way that you would normally talk, and people will connect with that way better than if you try to mimic the personality of somebody who's already popular. I remember I once when I first moved in to my new apartment, I didn't want to bother my roommates when I was recording, because they had people over. So when I did my first recordings here in my new house, I actually I mimicked Lavender Town's style of speaking, because she speaks really softly and really quietly. So I actually tried to do that since I needed to be quiet anyway. And it was just like as an experiment, and people picked up on that. So I stopped doing it. I mean, I stopped doing it not just because people picked up on it, but also because it just didn't feel right to do. I mean, I know it's really corny advice to just say, be yourself, but, like, it is, like, genuine advice. Do be yourself. I mean, you don't have to be yourself in its entirety, because some parts of you suck, and it's just a fact. You don't need to be entirely yourself, but you can still be yourself without being your full self, you know? Yourself, but don't stop trying to improve. I just posted my favorite Lorfie album in the Links channel on Discord. Thank you. Thank you for the advice, oh great possum. Thank you, I try. You have a very nice voice on its own. Thank you. You know, funny story. Yesterday, me and Duck were talking, and she was like scrolling on Shorts or something, and she actually encountered a lady on Shorts who she was like doing wood burning stuff, and she sent me the video, and the lady that was doing the woodworking stuff, her voice sounds exactly like mine except deeper. Like, I remember Duck told me, hey AJ, this lady sounds exactly like you. When I first scrolled onto her video, I was like, oh, I'm getting AJ recommended in my feed, and then she was like, wait a minute. It was quite funny, and honestly, it's kind of bizarre to hear somebody's voice who sounds so similar to mine. Like, we even had like the same cadence and everything. It was really strange. We had a nice interaction about it, though. I like left a comment on her short that said, "Hey, you sound like me." She was nice. I like her. That should be good. We don't really need to worry about anything else. I have noticed that my voice is very different, and the way that I speak is very different depending on how either tired or nervous I am. Because I remember when I first started streaming, I had like I was talking like a lot lighter, like not as deeply, and it's because I was nervous, like subconsciously. I did the same thing with my YouTube videos. When I first started YouTube, like I didn't like my own voice very much. Like I was alright with it, but I didn't love the way that it sounded on recordings. So I would talk like really high and giggly and stuff like this, kind of like this voice that I'm doing right now. But as I grew more confident, my voice like naturally just deepened because I'm speaking more from the chest than from the throat. So that lighter, higher, more nervous voice is actually the voice that I do for Charlie now. I try to do an even deeper voice for Charlotte. But I'm not sure how well that's gonna work. I would like to, if I at all can, I would like to find a different voice actor for Charlotte. When I do get BBFFB recorded. Oh man, I really want to reach out to the lady who voiced the narrator in You Can't Run Forever, Darling. because her voice is so pretty. I would absolutely die if I could get her onto this project. It would make me so happy. I'm pretty insecure with mine, mainly because I'm not good at talking and I need time to get words together. So if you do want to like record something for YouTube, and you have like a hard time getting your thoughts together, I write a script. I script every single thing that appears in like my main videos, like every single joke, everything. And it helps me keep my thoughts in order, because I'm not very good at keeping like myself on track or remembering what I said and haven't said if I don't have a script in front of me. I usually do multiple drafts of the script, like not always, but sometimes. So that can be like a good way to get over the like the hardest part of talking, which is just like doing it well. So that way you don't have to talk, you only have to read. If it's like a insecurity about the way that your voice sounds on camera, don't worry about it. The only person who thinks that it sounds different on camera is you. So really don't pay that any attention. And you know, eventually, I didn't like my voice when I first started recording everything for YouTube. I didn't like it either, but I did get used to it after a while. After a while of hearing your own voice, you kind of you grow a little desensitized to it, and hey, you maybe even start to like it. I do actually, not always, but I sometimes will watch my old videos back. I remember I was not that long ago, maybe like a couple months ago, I actually watched back when some of my older BBFFB videos. To like just get like myself refamiliarized with what I've said and what I haven't said, but also to like see how much I've improved since then. And since I try to make content that I would watch, I actually really enjoyed watching my old videos. But you know, there obviously were like a lot of mistakes and ways that I phrased things that I could have phrased better. And you know, it was nice. and now I like the sound of my own voice. I also like found it interesting, like whenever I would like watch back one of my old videos, I could suddenly remember things that happened in my life that I can't remember otherwise. Like watching back my old videos, it's like watching back a time capsule. Like I remember my Angel Dust video is when I first broke up with Duck. And I remember I said that in the video, and I was like, whoa, man, that happened, and all of a sudden I felt all of those emotions all over again. Which, you know, not my favorite thing to feel all of those emotions all over again, but it was also like kind of nice to remember stuff and be able to remember what's happened to me over the course of my life. This looks bad. I miss Duck. Like, obviously we're still friends. We're very good friends. We talk every single day, but you know, man, I wish I hadn't have had to break up with her. I wanted to marry her. I wanted that so badly, but you know, I was at a crossroads. I was either gonna marry Duck or I was gonna, you know, follow the rules of my religion, and I chose the one that leaves me all alone. I don't think I regret it. I wish I could have it both ways, but it's impossible. Yeah. Still hurts. It still hurts. I don't think I'll ever be over her completely. I mean, once you find someone that you're completely and totally in love with, to the point where you would want to marry them, getting over that, I don't know if it ever goes away. I think I'll always love Duck. I think some part of me will always love her. This gate confuses me. I mean, it's not really a gate, it's more like a fence. You'll find someone right for you, I'm sure of it. I'm sure I will eventually, too. It's just gonna be kind of tough, because, I'm just not as attracted to men as I am to women. Like, I mean, this might be, like, kind of a hard thing to, a bad thing to say, but, I have never seen, like, I've never seen a man that I thought was, like, super duper attractive. I've only ever seen women that I thought were super duper attractive. Like, even, like, some of the most handsome men to ever exist, I just don't care about the way they look. I'm just not attracted to it, and it really sucks. I think you can love anyone. I think you can romantically love anyone, but I just am not physically attracted to it, really. I don't like the way men's faces look. And that's gonna be a tough thing to deal with. I really wish the patriarchy hadn't happened, because I have this theory. It's probably completely wrong, but I have this theory that if the patriarchy hadn't happened, more men would be attractive because women would have had more of a choice over who they got together with. That's my theory. It could be completely wrong. It probably is, because women are just like attracted to different things than men are. So maybe we still would have gotten a bunch of ugly men anyway. But I just have this feeling that we could have bred ourselves to be more beautiful. This is mostly a joke, but I do have pretty long hair, so if you're into that. Yeah, if you want to, like, I am completely serious about this. If you want to try flirting and see if we like each other, I'd be okay with that. Sorry if that's, like, crossing a boundary, though. Hold up, you might have a point, though. I really feel like I do have a point, but I also could be wrong. I could be very wrong. Maybe the world would still look the same, like, but it also might not. Because, like, the reason why I think this, because in, like, New Age feminism, there's, like, this big push to try and get men to be attracted to women who are average or even ugly. So I wonder if maybe back in the day there was a similar thing with men. If there was like a big push to try and get women to be attracted to mid or even ugly men. This looks wrong. It's all tilted and wrong. It's okay. It looks fine. I need to be done. I need to be done with that gate. I can't flirt, but I will compliment you and say I believe in you. Thanks. I'm a firm believer in inner beauty. Yes, I agree. I think inner beauty is a lot more important than any other type of beauty. A lot of people will lower their standards, like whether it be physical standards or other standards. Like if you have other things that they find more desirable. So like a lot of people will lower their standards for how physically attractive you have to be if you're really, really nice and really, really charming. And sometimes people will lower their inner beauty standards if you're really, really hot. But if you're not hot, you can't act terrible because no one will like you. And if you're ugly, hang on, I got confused. Never mind. I think I got what I was trying to say. I was about to flip it around, but like that doesn't make any sense. If you're a nice person, you can't be hot. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, the most important part is personality, but the way that you appear physically is also very important too. Okay. I'm not sure if you've heard me say before, but I have a soft spot for chonky girls. I also have a soft spot for chonky girls. I have a soft spot for chonky boys. And I don't mind people being fat or overweight so long as they're not like to the point where they're dying of obesity. Like obesity is not attractive, but a bit of chub absolutely is. I will die on that hill. I like a bit of chub. I think, in my opinion, I think, chunkier women are cuter than chunky men, but I think I only think that because I think women in general tend to be, cuter than men. I don't know, I like girls. It's a problem. I think there's like something weird with our society where we also like encourage women harder than men to be attractive. So women tend to put more effort into their appearances than men, but it seems like that's shifting quite a bit, like especially with like the push to go to the gym. And also like all of the other stuff that's going around. That's not exactly what I wanted of beauty standards, but I actually don't mind it. I remember before like beauty standards for men started going up like to ridiculous amounts, I remember I used to say that the only way that we were going to get the beauty standard for men and women to be equal is to raise the beauty standard for men, and I was right. I called that when I was 16 years old. Is it wrong if I, as an ace person, I find other people's relationships entertainment? My life philosophy is mainly about kindness and entertainment. But when do those have some kind of boundary crash? I think it's totally fine to see other people's relationships as entertainment. I think it gets like to the point where it's a little bit strange if you do that in real life. But like so long as you're like you can still find entertainment in people's relationships in real life. Like, I know that I like to gossip, just a little bit. I like to know the tea. A lot of women do. Men do too sometimes, but I've found that like gossiping is more of a woman thing. Cause like when I was dating Duck and her boyfriend, like me and Rat Boy, we would go for weeks without saying a word to each other, and that's just how it was. But with me and Duck, we always talk every single day because we're yappers, and we like to gossip. I'm still friends with him too. He's great. I like him. He's a good friend. Arrow Ace, would I have a strong atheist attraction? Do you mean aesthetic, or do you mean like atheist as in the lack of religion one? I'm pansexual, I don't care about gender. I think I'm somewhat that way as well. I am pansexual, I like both genders. I just have found myself more attracted to women. I think it's entirely because women put more effort into their appearances. I'm very picky, at least physically, about the men that I date, or not date, but like the men that I'm attracted to. The men that I date, though, I do not have very high standards in terms of appearance. When it comes to actually dating, I don't care about appearance so much as I care about personality and core values. Yes, aesthetic. I don't know how you got atheist from that. It's because you put you spelled it ATHEISTIC. Aesthetic it's spelled with AS. Well, I kind of thought you were bi based on the colors of the view border. Those colors are just the default colors that come with the particular resource pack that I'm using. It's not called a resource pack, but you see what it is. Frick, what is this called? Streamlabs. Streamlabs has like some default settings for alert boxes and viewer counts and whatnot. And the one that I picked is pink and blue. Because it looked the nicest to me. They had some red ones that I wanted to use, but I just didn't like the way that they... looked. I really don't understand the difference between pansexual and bisexual. From my perspective, it seems like the exact same thing. It seems like just pansexual is more all-encompassing than bisexual, because bisexual, the implications of bisexuality implies that there are only two genders. Which, I don't know how much I subscribe to the idea of there being more than two genders. I think how it works is we have men, we have women, and then we have nothing. I mean, that's kind of like how I kind of understand non-binary is neither of these two labels fit, so I'm just not gonna have a label. That's how I understand it. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is done. My ideal man I already found. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Lucky. It's very lucky. I'm glad you have someone. Alright, now I think I need to do the wood paneling. Yeah, I kind of put non-binary as genderless too. Yeah, that's what I think. Of course, like, I'm cis. I hate the word cis, but I guess it's the word that... I guess it's the fastest way to say it. I should label this before I get confused. Hang on. Let's see. Rename... paper. I'm gender fluid, so I changed my gender changes. Yeah, that makes sense. Gender fluid is like that one weird one that I'm sure must be extremely frustrating to live with. Like, not as, like, not frustrating to live with as in, like, frustrating for everyone around you, but I'm sure there's an element of that too, but more like frustrating as in, I don't have a defined identity, and it's annoying because people aren't gonna know what my pronouns are at any given time. It seems like it must be, difficult, to work with. Not work with, I don't know how to express my thoughts. I think you understand what I mean. So what layer is this? This is the layer that has the second door on it. I can combine that with this one. And I'm gonna put the wood texture on a different layer, so that way I don't get confused, so I can easily change the color of it later. Wood paneling. Wait, there we go. My best friend from high school is actually gender fluid too. I don't have anything else to add to that sentence, or that statement, or that thought. They're cool. They're a cool person. I hope they're doing alright. I haven't seen them in a really long time because we live so far away. I miss them quite a lot. We used to have this project that we used to work together on every single day. It's called Aftershock. We actually have a tab for it in the Discord. I haven't used it yet because I'm not ready to reveal anything yet. I have revealed some stuff to the Patreon, and I actually don't mind showing it to you right now. But I'm not ready to like actually talk about it or make a video about it. Hang on, where is it? Oh, right, new computer. I didn't draw those images on this computer, so hang on. I bet I have them in my files. Hang on. Pictures. Let's see. Where's Aftershock? Here it is. I should probably take a copy of this and move it to 2025 so that I have this here too. Aftershock. Here we have a reference with the three characters I've designed. So this one is our main character, Harvey. I said I wasn't going to say anything yet. I don't have much to say. So this is our main character, Harvey. This one is our second lead. They're non-binary, gender fluid stuff. Also, we're just going to leave them probably just as they, them for most of the story, just because it'll be easier for the fans. Their name is the Wandering Shadow. They're like a mercenary type character. Mercenary, smuggler, merchant person. Harvey is actually looking for this person in the first chapter. He needs a linguist, and the Wandering Shadow is one of the few people alive that are known to they're known to actually be able to read human text. And this person is Chemo. She is the lord of one of the lords of the Bone Dwellers. We call them the Bone Dwellers. I think we've since changed the species name. But when we first created them, they were the Bone Dwellers. They lived in a bone desert where everything was bones, like it would rain bones. We don't have that anymore. Now it's just a regular desert. I forget exactly what we named. Oh, I remember now. The name of the country is Candonia. So she's like in charge of the Candonians, at least part of them, some of them, like some of the smaller provinces. And she's actually not a super important character, but she will be very important in chapter 1, and then we'll see her again a couple times, but more important than her is her husband. Her husband is a more important character, but I do still love her. I think I still really like her design. I want to do some more editing with these two, because while I do like that they're heavy browns, it's not very fun to look at. I want to do some more work with colors. I think I'll probably leave the Wandering Shadow the way that he is. I might darken up his cloak a little bit. But I do want to change the way that Harvey looks a little bit. I want to add more color into his design. He is what is known as a dark beast, so his skin, I do have to leave his skin dark. But I would like, and his clothes are stolen, so the way that like his clothes look doesn't like. I want to leave it like this. I want to leave the cut the same. I want to leave everything the same. I just want to change the color of it to something that I'm gonna like better. I think I might steal the Wandering Shadows greenish gray here, and I might add a little bit more saturation into that. But then again, I also like have to keep in mind like the way that clothes are made in this universe, because like this isn't cotton, it all has to be made out of animal skin, because if it is made out of like cotton or plant fibers, that comes with it the implication that there are plantations somewhere, and then I would have to think about like how do those plantations survive? Is there slavery in this universe? And yes, there is slavery in this universe, but it's not like a super common thing on the magic side of the world. Slavery is a lot more common on the organic side because they just haven't had the same technological advancements that the magic side has had. I guess it could be made out of plant fibers, but like maybe the people that work on those plantations are paid? Do the peeps have trauma? Oh, a lot. I can't really say too much. You'll find out plenty about Harvey. Eventually, Harvey's trauma comes up much earlier in the story than the Wandering Traders. The Wandering Shadows. I'm sorry, I keep saying Wandering Trader because I keep thinking Minecraft in my head. It's the Wandering Shadow. We used to just call him the Wanderer, but there are actually other Wanderers than just him. I mean them, I'm sorry. We kind of use all the pronouns for the Wandering Shadow. He does actually use male pronouns later in the story. Have no magic, just use slavery, works the same. Yes, but the Wandering Shadows trauma will come up eventually, but it's gonna be much later in the story. There is like gonna be some hints like earlier when we find out about Harvey's backstory. There's gonna be like some like implications that people might be able to pick up on and guess through hints in the world building. But nothing like from the character themselves too much. Harvey is actually supposed to be like more of a character that's kind of like Charlie from Hazbin Hotel, where he's very hopeful. He doesn't like to kill people. He's trying really hard to make the world a better place, and the Wandering Shadow is the opposite of that. They don't care about making the world a better place anymore. They just want to get paid. And they'll do just about anything for a paycheck. And he doesn't mind killing at all. He doesn't like exactly do it frequently, but he does do it like every now and then, just like out of convenience. So we have these two characters that are forced to work with each other. This one because he needs to have a translator, and this one because he needs to have that paycheck. So we have these two diametrically opposed belief systems that I think will be fun to bounce off each other. I love these characters. I love them so much. I've had them for such a long time. All of the other people that used to work with me on this project, they're all gone. So all of the characters that they've created for this series all belong to me now. My best friend from high school, the one that I was telling you about earlier, she used to be the main writer on the project, but she's actually gone into animation. So she has zero time for anything outside of schoolwork right now. She only has time in the summer. So we haven't gotten it done in a really long time. We were originally going to make this a comic, but I've decided, since I'm working on it practically alone now, I'm going to be turning it into a novel and reading it out loud on my YouTube channel like I've done for An Arrangement Mismade and like I'm going to do for BBFFB. I'm actually almost done with the first chapter. I just have to finish writing the action scene, but I haven't worked on it in months and months and months because I just don't have time. is also like the genuine concern that original characters just don't get as much attention online as anything fan made. Because with fan made stuff, you have an audience pre-built in that you can draw upon. But with but with your own original characters, you have to make sure that people like already like you and your stuff and are loyal to you and what you create first, before anyone's gonna pay any attention to them. I think I probably also will put a little bit more work into the way that I actually draw this one when I do the reading. I was thinking what I could do is I could make it like kind of like not quite an animatic, but more like that, where I just have like more drawings. So Harvey up here, as you can see, like let me zoom in, please. You can see like he doesn't have eyes, he only has an eye socket, so he can't see. So for when I do his chapter is done from his perspective, everything's gonna be in black and white because he uses echolocation to see. This one, he can see. He can actually see, but he is colorblind. He can't see every single color. Hey, come back. He's got a mask on. That's what this is. So he can see, but he can't see every single color. So when I do draw his stuff, I'm going to have an extremely limited color palette. So characters that like are red will appear green for him. We actually have 2 other characters that are going to be part of the main cast. Not this lady, unfortunately, as much as I love her. But we are going to have an organic sapient, and we are going to have a sapient that is supposed to be organic, but actually does have magic, which is really bizarre. They are going to be what is known as a Piscean, which is like a fish person, and his name is Blubs. He's a character that was not made by me. He was made by somebody else a really long time ago. He is a fish. He with like some like combinations from a peacock mantis shrimp. He's like a combination of peacock mantis shrimp and a betta fish. So he has the way that I draw him. I don't have a drawing of him anymore, but the way that I used to draw him is I would draw him with 2 pupils because peacock mantis shrimps, they have multiple pupils in each eye. Or at least they appear to have multiple pupils in each eye, so he can actually see more colors than humans can. So when I draw any chapter from his perspective, what I'm thinking is I'm going to be like using overlays and whatnot to like make everything like really strange and bizarre. So like it's got like all the colors of the rainbow, but like there's also like they're structured in a way that isn't normal, and the lighting will probably be not normal. And our last character, who's our organic sapient, she's what is known as dang it, what were they called? I don't remember what I called them, but she is like a salamander. So when I draw chapters from her perspective, we'll just have all the colors normally. And I think that could be like a really fun way to differentiate whose perspective we're coming from and how differently each species sees the world. I can't spoil what species the Wandering Shadow is right now, but you will find out eventually. It's gonna be great. This story sounds fun. Thank you! I think it will be. I think everyone will like it. I think there's a lot here to love. I just need to put it in a package that will get attention, and I would love it if it could get more attention than my fan-made stuff, but I really doubt it. I have to be realistic here. But yes, I'm very excited for it once I do have like time to actually make it. I want to make it so bad. I should probably get back to work. Thank you for letting me go on that big long rant. I kind of needed a teeny bit of a break. What layer am I on? Okay. Blubs is actually going to be not our only child character, but like the one that gets any meaningful screen time. I think I actually still have like my old sketchbook, like from high school when I initially sketched the characters. And I think it's still at like my parents' house, so I would love to like get that someday. And then, like after I've like revealed some of the characters and whatnot, I would love to go through that and like show you where like everything started from, because the story used to be very, very different. We actually used to have, for a really long time, we had the Wandering Shadow as the main character, because he was everyone's favorite character in the group. The group of me and high school bestie. They were always just the most interesting character. So we really wanted them to be the main character, but you know, after growing up a bit and actually being able to learn more about writing and how to write well, I've realized now in my old age, the ripe old age of 20 years old, I've realized that it is better for your most interesting character to not be the main character, so you're not dumping all of your cool stories all at once, and things get revealed a little bit more naturally. So now Harvey is the main character instead, and I think this will work better. I think the story will work better with Harvey's twist coming first, and then so that way, you know, we'll know more about like the story and how the world functions and stuff like that. I think it'll just be a nice quality of life thing for everyone. I need to tilt that a little bit more. There we go. Well, for the Wandering Shadow, we can totally put off writing all of their stuff later, for much later, honestly. The story would work a lot better if their stuff wasn't revealed until much later. Blubs is a bit of a weird story, because we do have like a greater narrative. Like something fun about this story is like we've got like our main mission that we're going on, but in the process of going on that mission, we learn like the characters accidentally stumble across plots and conspiracies that are so much bigger than they are, and that encompass so much more than we could ever truly resolve in the story. So when we do end the story, when we finish going on our little mission and our quest is complete, there's going to be that so much that's still undone because the world is so large that will not get resolved, because that's just how big the world is. And there are always going to be more problems and new conspiracies and there's always so much happening that our little party of 4 could never fully fix the world. There's always going to be a new bad guy. There's always going to be a new greater evil. And sometimes that greater evil is society. So it's going to be fun, though. It is going to be one heck of a romp. Man, I'm so excited for it. Alright, background line art is all done. And now to render everything. Oh boy. I think I think I want a break.